back. All my tan coat's dry. Everything's ready to roll. I need to fold this over. In order to do that and make it decent, I'm going to have to wet this down. So I'll just keep a little bottle of water here. I'm just going to take a dauber. Soak her down good. And this sheath isn't going to be formed, so really there ain't much more to it than just making a nice fold here. And I will have to do both sides. It's kind of the crappy way to do it. It's a lot easier to just dunk the thing, but it's too long for my bucket. But right away, you'll notice how much easier it is to bend right away. So, we'll give this just a little more. And then we'll just get that fold going. And I'm going to try to line things up a bit. Going towards the bottom here. It's not so thick, so I can just use my little spring clips. Pieces for other stuff I've got to get done. Smaller projects, of course. So down here at the bottom, I want to close that up real well. I'm just going to squeeze that tight. I'm going to use a piece of leather in there, just so that my clamps don't leave any marks down here. I just keep these little scraps here just for this purpose. So it's pretty basic, and at this point we can actually test fit the knife. That's exactly where I want it to ride. I can look in the bottom and see where the blade comes to, and that's just going to be perfect. I do a lot of these fold over sheaths, not so many of the multi-piece ones. And you can see, once this is all glued and stitched up here, how much nicer that's going to be around the handle to have that thicker welt. So, we're going to let that sit and let the wet down part dry a bit. I don't know why my camera is always in a bad spot. I'll let this all dry a little, and gonna leave it at that for now. I have a Christmas program to go to tonight with for my grandkids. So I'm going to go change clothes, head on out. Took the spring clips off it after it all dried out. It's perfect. Couldn't ask for much better. I'm going to go ahead and glue it up. Put the clamps back on it for a little while. A couple hours, and I'll take it to the sander and I'll match the edges up. They're not far off, but every little bit makes a difference. So, and the belt sander seems to, and all I've got is a little Harbor Freight job here, but it does a pretty good job of matching up the edges. So we'll get that done, and I'll be back, then we'll do our stitch grooves, and yay, we're almost done.